Leicester City became the first team in Championship history to win their first 6 away games of the season, with a 3-1 win away at Swansea. But their win was the only match in the Championship more than a 1-goal margin, with a large number of tightly contested affairs across the weekend. Middlesbrough continued their meteoric rise up the Championship with a 5th consecutive win, while QPR made it 7 matches without one, falling to 4 points from safety barely a quarter into the season. Here's this week's quickfire Championship roundup, and if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and do let me know what you think in the comments. Of course, Rotherham v Ipswich was postponed due to the weather, so let's kick off with Leicester's win away at Swansea. It was Swansea who took the lead on the 20th minute with Matt Grimes' excellent volley outside the box, but Yannick Vestergaard levelled just before the half was over, bundling the ball from a corner. Leicester City showed their quality in the second half though, with teenager Fatawi scoring his first goal for the club. Swansea threatened multiple times to find an equaliser, but it was Iheanacho who would take the game out of sight on the 87th minute, coming on from the bench. That's now 11 wins out of 12 for Leicester in the Championship this season, keeping them top, while Swansea fall to 17th after their 4-game winning streak came to an end. Leeds United made it 3 successive wins after coming back from 2-0 down away at Norwich. That was Daniel Farke's first return to Carrow Road after leaving Norwich, and it took just 4 minutes to see a goal, with Shane Duffy's near post header from Gomez Sarra's corner. Gomez Sarra made it 2-0 for Norwich on the 43rd minute, smashing the ball into the top left after an impressive slalom run through the Leeds defence. Leeds took back control in the second half though, firstly with Duffy scoring his second goal of the game, this time turning Dan James's ball into his own net. Somerville's curled effort into the left corner on the 77th minute made it 2-2, and he added a second curled strike, this time into the right corner, on 85 minutes after bursting up the pitch on the break. Leeds United moved into 3rd, while Norwich dropped down to 10th. QPR extended their winless run to 7 league matches, with a 2-1 loss away at Huddersfield Town, themselves winless in 5 going into this match. And despite Huddersfield not scoring more than 1 goal a game in their previous 4 appearances, they raced to 2-0 up in 14 minutes, with Kean Harrett scoring the first goal on his first appearance in a month. Rodoni added a second 7 minutes later, slotting the ball through a muddled QPR defence. Jake Clark-Salter did pull one back for QPR just before the turn of the half, his header from Andre Dazzel's corner. Rangers couldn't find an equaliser in the second half despite ramping up the pressure, and that marked Darren Moore's first win for Huddersfield at the 5th time of asking. That takes Huddersfield to 18th, 6 points clear of the drop, while QPR remained 3rd from bottom, 4 points from safety. Preston are winless in 5 after their 1-1 draw against Millwall in the Saturday lunchtime kickoff. They did tighten their defence after conceding 11 goals in their previous 3 league appearances, and they did open the scoring inside 3 minutes with Mads Frakia's right-footed finish inside the box. But Millwall found a leveller on half an hour, with an excellent top right finish from the edge of the box from top scorer Ian Fleming. Neither team could break the deadlock in the second half though, and Millwall will be hoping that whoever they bring in will be able to get them scoring, with Millwall currently sitting 4th lowest for goals scored in the Championship this season. Millwall moved to 14th, while Preston fall to 4th. Blackburn Rovers made it back-to-back victories with a win over Cardiff. Cardiff did go 1-up in the first half with Gutas' header, but that was controversially chalked off, with Carlin Grant being deemed offside and in the way of the keeper's view. Pretty harsh if you ask me. Blackburn's Rankin Costello made the most of that let-off at the start of the second half, with a low-slotted finish from Dolan's excellent threaded pass. Cardiff tried to get back into the game, but Rovers dominated play and the meaningful efforts. Blackburn moving to 15th place, just 1 point behind Cardiff. The Championship's 2 longest serving managers, Mark Robbins and Nigel Pearson, went head-to-head on Saturday, with Bristol City returning to winning ways as centre-back Rob Dickie scored his first goal for the club. Bristol had lost 3 of their previous 4 going into this match, but Dickie's header from a free kick against the run of play at the end of the first half sealed a much-needed 3 points. This was an impressive scout for Bristol, not only because Coventry dominated play and chances, but also because Coventry have lost just 3 of their last 28 Championship matches. Bristol rise to 8, just a point from the playoffs, while Coventry slide to 16th. Southampton are unbeaten in 4 after Ryan Fraser's stoppage time winner away at Hull. Will Smallbone put Southampton ahead on 25 minutes, tapping in Carl Walker-Peters' cutback. But Liam Delap pulled the Tigers level just 5 minutes later, pushing in a loose ball in the Southampton box. Both sides had some decent chances, but it was Newcastle loanee Fraser who volleyed home in the 95th minute to open his goal-scoring account for Southampton. Southampton rise to 5th within 2 points of 3rd place Leeds, while Hull fall to 12th with their unbeaten home record coming to an end. Borough made it 5 wins on the spin with a 1-0 victory over Birmingham. Young forward Morgan Rogers scored his first goal for the club on the 88th minute, just 13 minutes after coming on off of the bench. He coolly snuck the ball into the net at the near right post, making it a loss for Wayne Rooney in his first match in charge of Birmingham. It was always going to be a tough challenge. Borough dominated both the play and the efforts, with Isaiah Jones himself having a goal flagged as offside. Borough's impressive turnaround shoots them up to 13th, 2 points points from the playoffs, while Birmingham themselves slipped down to 7th. Stoke won their first home league match since the opening weekend of the season with a 2-1 win against Sunderland. A much needed home win, with only QPR having lost more home games this season so far. Ryan May scored his second goal of the season on the 7th minute, but Jack Clarke claimed his 8th of the season for Sunderland just 3 minutes later, tapping in the goalkeeper's loose save. Luke McNally's 47th minute header wrapped up the game though, putting Stoke 20th and now 5 points clear of the drop. Playoff hopeful Sunderland have now lost back-to-back games, and they slipped to 6th, hanging on to a playoff spot by just 1 point. Watford left it late to find a winner against Sheffield Wednesday at home, with 19-year-old Asprilla scoring his first goal of the season in the 82nd minute, 4 minutes after coming off the bench. Watford had very few meaningful chances until then, with Danny Roll's revamped Sheffield Wednesday side in his first game in charge having the better efforts. Just 3 players kept their place in the side in his first game in charge. It was no surprise that Wednesday didn't score though, with only 1 goal scored in their previous 7 championship matches. Watford moved to 19th, 5 points clear from the drop, while Wednesday remained very much rooted at the bottom of the table on just 3 points, with Rotherham having an opportunity to make it a 5-point gap between bottom and second bottom if they win their game in hand against Ipswich. Neither West Brom nor Plymouth could find a goal in a 0-0 stalemate at the Hawthorns. West Brom of course were without top scorer John Swift, and it very much showed because they didn't have a shot on target in the first 45 minutes. There were few chances in the second half, but Plymouth did avoid 3 consecutive defeats in the Championship with the draw. West Brom still move up to 9th with a point, while Plymouth fall to just 1 place above the drop. Thank you very much for watching as usual. If you have any thoughts about this weekend's matches, then do let me know in the comments. I'll reply to everything, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!